I'm Eddie, and I speak Hab. And today, we're going to be talking about the Montreal Canadiens number 5 draft pick and who should the Canadiens draft. Now, this sheet has been made in the end of May, beginning of June, so the mock draft numbers might be a bit off. Same thing with the mock positions. Also, in this one, we will not be including Ivan Demidov, as he is quite unrealistic, even though the Canadiens have talked with him now 8 times. If it happens that he is chosen by the Canadiens, then this video might be a bit obsolete, but if it isn't, then I'd like you guys to listen to this video. Alright, let's start. So the Canadiens obviously have the number 5 draft pick, as known on May 7th. I believe. Yeah, May 7th. So that means that the Canadiens will go number 5 after the Blue Jackets, who are number 4. Which means that we have a few options to pick. 4, notably. 4. So let's start with the first one, which is Caden Lindstrom. Now, he plays all 3 positions. He's very versatile. He actually has one of the best points per game out of the 4 candidates. He's actually number 3. So it's not that bad. So he has 1.4373 points per game. And he's number 4 in the mock draft, which is number 4, which means in the mock draft he'd be placed on the Columbus Blue Jackets, just above us. So we have a chance to get him, but it's also a bit unrealistic. He's 6'4" and 216 pounds, so he's a big boy. He's the biggest out of all of them, which is why if the Canes had him, he'd be a bit of a Slavkovsky type, who might fit better on the second line, or even the first. You never know. Now, second player. Next is Cole Eiserman. Now, Cole Eiserman is number 5 in the mock draft, so he'd go to us. He's left wing, so he's not nearly as versatile as Lindstrom is, but he does have 1.5614 points per game, which is better than Caden Lindstrom. He's 6 foot 196 pounds, so he's average in terms of hockey player, but this is the most realistic option for the Canadiens. Next, you have Berkly Catton, and you might be saying, who's that? Well, I saw this the first time too, but noticing him, he's actually quite good. He's actually an underrated gem. He plays all 3 positions, just like Lindstrom does. He actually has the highest points per game total with 1.7163. And he's number 10 mock draft, which is a bit low. For the points per game being 1.7, it's quite low. But the Canadiens might snap him up. And he's 5'11", 163 pounds, which is maybe why he's placed number 10. Because he's shorter and he's less heavy, so a bit like Brendan Gallagher was in his prime. And finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Tisha Ginla, who needs not much introduction. He is Jarome Iginla's son, Jarome Iginla being either a future or already a Hall of Fame player that played for the Flames for a bunch of years. He was good too. So Tisha Ginla plays all 3 positions, just like the other 2, except Eiserman. He has, actually, I believe the lowest points per game, 1.3125, but that's still pretty good. 1.3 points per game is still very good. He's number 11 in the mock draft, but the Canadiens have been talking with him quite frequently, so don't be too shocked if he's there. He's 6 foot 185 pounds, so he's also decently average, but less heavy than number 2, which would be Mr. Eiserman. So, what's the conclusion? The conclusion I believe the Canadiens should probably pick, if Demidov's off the table, should probably pick Eiserman, as he's the most feeble option, and you can't overthink your options when you're in that stage. Like, you could be thinking, oh yeah, I want Caden Lindstrom, but Columbus takes him, then you're screwed. Then you're absolutely done. Now you have to play a plan B. But the thing with Eiserman is that he's number 5. But if Eiserman's taken, I would definitely add Berkly Catton or Tisha Ginla, because they're also very good players and they're more versatile. I wouldn't really pick Lindstrom because I believe he's going to go before the Canadiens have their turn. But maybe not. You never know. But I predict that Macklin will be number 1. The 2 defenders will be number 2 and 3. Chicago and Anaheim want their defenders, which means number 4 will probably have to be Lindstrom. And number 5 might be Demidov. If he's on the table, you pick Demidov. If he's not on the table, then you pick, I believe, Catton, because he has the most points per game. But you could also pick Eiserman because he's the most feeble option. Anyway, that's the whole video. What do you guys think? Do you think that the Demidov will be passed on by the other teams, or will it be taken by number 2, which is Chicago? I'll see you next time. Goodbye.